Okay, so this is a video that I've been meaning to make for a while, like a couple months now, but stuff kept coming up, so now I got time. Let's do this. First, a little backstory before I get into the meat of this video. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, then you know I'm a superhero fan. You know, I love my big action movies, but myself being a musician, I do have a side of myself that loves musicals. You know, like Hamilton or West Side Story. I just got into Heathers. Oh my god, that is some stuff. But my favorite musical, or at least staged musical of all time, has got to be Wicked. I just love Wicked so much. It's a backstory of the witches of the Wizard of Oz. It really shows perspective. Like, no, you know the story of the Wizard of Oz, you know, Dorothy going on her journey, and the Wicked Witch of the West, you know, is the villain of the story. Wicked takes another look, it sees the story from another angle, and it shows you that the Wicked Witch of the West is misunderstood, and it does it really, really well. So I thought inevitably there's going to be a movie. There's going to be a Wicked movie. So when I heard it was finally happening in December of this year, I started getting pumped. But then I heard that instead of Wicked, they're gonna go with Cats instead, which, you know, Cats is cool and all, and I'm looking forward to that movie too, but, you know, Wicked. I was bummed out. I was like, is the Wicked movie canceled now? Nope, it was recently announced that the Wicked movie does have a release date in late December of 2021. So yes, I'm choosing now to get super excited way in advance, because I'm a freak like that. Now, this video might have some minor spoilers for Wicked. I don't want to spoil the entire show just in case you don't know the story, the entire story, but this video is going to be my fan casting. For those of you who don't know what fan casting is, it's basically me saying who I want to play the characters in Wicked, what actors and actresses I want for the characters in the movie. This isn't really my predictions. I mean, I might have some predictions in here, but more or less this is just who I want. In an ideal world where I was the casting director of this movie, this is who I would choose to play the characters. And I'm gonna start with the minor characters first and work my way up to the main characters, just because I have more to say about the main characters. So let's dive in. Who do I want to play the characters in Wicked, the movie? Starting off with Dr. Dillamond. He's a professor at Shiz University, which is where our main two characters meet in school. The thing about Dr. Dillamond is that he's actually a goat. Hey, what can I say? It's the land of Oz. They have animals that talk. So Dr. Dillamond is a goat. So this would have to be a character actor of some sort, one who's used to playing weird characters. Who comes to mind for me? Alan Tudyk. He's done motion capture before. He's done good voice acting before. His song in the show, which is Something Bad, doesn't really require much in the way of actual singing. It's like the minimum amount of singing talent required. I think Alan Tudyk can pull it off. He can definitely do that Something Bad. I mean, come on, he voiced a chicken just by clucking. If he can do that, then he can play Dr. Dillamond in Wicked. Alright, next up we have Madame Morrible, head shizzstress at Shiz University. Kind of a proper British, you know, the dean of the school. Her talent is encouraging talent. And let's be honest, is there really any reason Meryl Streep should not play this character? She's been in a few musicals already. I feel like this is really like self-explanatory. Yeah, Meryl Streep in a musical. There you go. Well-accomplished actress, I think she'd do a great job. She probably is going to play that character. Like, this is actually a prediction of mine. I'm predicting that she's actually going to be cast as Madame Morrible in the movie. I could be wrong, but the way I see it, musical films these days, we'll see how it goes. Alright, moving on. Next character I'm gonna cover is the Wizard of Oz himself. And this is where I start disagreeing with some fan casting lists I've already seen on the internet out there. Like, I've seen Hugh Jackman's name, and I'm like, well... First of all, I don't know if he's old enough. The Wizard of Oz is a bit of an older fellow. He's a jolly guy. He is a sentimental man. But he also has that wonderful number where he's, you know, going around and he's doing his dance with his top hat, but he can be stern when he needs to. Then I saw this name and I thought, oh my god, that would be perfect. That is Kelsey Grammer. Come on, Frasier Crane. He played that character for almost 20 years. He can sing. He did the theme song of Frasier, which is the perfect vibe for the character. If you ever listen to that theme song, you know, it's a doo-wop jazz kind of stuff. Can't you see Kelsey Grammer going around being all like, wonderful, they call me wonderful. I just personally would love to see that. Plus, he can really pull off those sentimental, emotional moments. Let us not forget that he was the voice of the Prospector in Toy Story 2. Plus, I really want to see how they do the big Oz head. If you've ever seen the show, then you know that big prop Oz head is awesome. I'm just really looking forward to seeing how they do that in the movie. Then I start getting really excited. It's a great time to be alive. Alright, moving on with the characters. Next, we have Bach. Bach is a munchkin who goes to Shiz University with all the other, you know, younger characters. He has a massive crush on Glinda, and he is not afraid to show it. Now, if I'm being honest, this is kind of a minor character in the grand scheme of the show, so they're probably going to cast some lesser known actor to play the role, which is perfectly fine with me. Someone who at this point I've never heard of, which is great, but if I had to pick from the list of actors I know in my head right now to play this role, you would think, okay, someone who's more smaller frame, kind of quirky, quick to act. I think of Taron Egerton. Now, of course, this would be a pretty small role for him to play, so again, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen, but I can see it, you know? I mean, he can obviously sing. You've seen the trailers for Rocket Man. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play Elton John. The dude's got a good voice. Holy crap. And he is kind of a small frame dude. I can just see it happening. I don't think it's going to happen, but I can see it working, but we'll see what happens with Bach. Okay, now we're getting to the important characters. Ladies first on this, we got Nessa Rose. Nessa Rose is the younger disabled sister of Elphaba, the main character, the Wicked Witch of the West. Described as tragically beautiful, this character has actually a really important story arc, and that's the thing about Nessa Rose. She is supposed to be beautiful. I've heard Anna Kendrick's name being thrown around, but kind of like Taron Egerton, it would be a pretty small role for her to play. It'd be kind of undercutting Anna Kendrick. So again, like Bach, I'm pretty sure they're going to go with a lesser known actress to play Nessa Rose, which again would be fine with me if they choose the right one. However, I have given this character some serious thought, and I have thought of an actress I would like to see play this character. She is lesser known, and frankly, I don't know if this actress can sing or not because we haven't heard her sing yet, but she's an actress I've recently really grown to like, and that is Anya Taylor-Joy. If you watch my review for Glass, then you know I'm pretty much head over heels for her because she's freaking gorgeous. She looks like she can sing. I don't know if she can or not, so it would have to be based on that, obviously. But if she can sing, dude, she'd be perfect. She's young, she's small, she's beautiful, she's played tragic characters before. It would really bum me out if she can't sing because I really think she looks the part. And let's face it, for those of you who know this show, she'd be able to pull off that story arc brilliantly. Alright, moving up the list, we got Fierro. Fierro is the male lead in the show. When he first arrives on the scene at Shiz University, he's like the heartthrob. He's like JD and Heathers if he weren't psycho. You know, he's chill, he's laid back. I've seen a few different names thrown around, like Aaron Tveit. Tveit? I don't know how you pronounce his name. I've seen him in the Les Mis movie. He was good in that movie, but that's the only thing I've seen him in. So I don't really know if he would pull off a role like this. I've come up with a couple of other names like Jonathan Groff or Grant Gustin. I think Grant Gustin would actually be pretty good. He might be too committed to something else because he's been playing the Flash for the past few years, but he does have some singing talent. Before he was the Flash, he was in Glee, and he was really good in that show. I mean, he was a dick, but that is kind of part of Fierro's character. He is kind of a dick in the beginning. He would probably be my pick to play Fierro, Grant Gustin. But if I had to be honest, they're probably gonna end up going with Zac Efron. Or I don't know, because he's the most popular choice right now, because everyone's still head over heels for him because of Greatest Showman, which I wouldn't be against seeing Zac Efron play Fierro. I mean, hell, he was good in Hairspray and everything else he's in. He's a really good actor, and he's a great singer. He's a great performer. So I wouldn't get mad if Zac Efron was chosen to play Fierro. I personally would just be a little happier if they chose Grant Gustin. Again, they might choose someone else entirely. I don't know. This is just my personal opinion. And okay, now we get our two main characters. Glinda Upland of the Upper Uplands, who later changes her name to Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. Originally played by Kristen Chenoweth, masterfully I might add. Okay, the thing about Glinda is that she's very ditzy. She's like the it girl. She is like the Heather characters of Heathers if they were actually nice. Ultra mega popular. So okay, a few different names come to your mind. And I've seen a few different names thrown around. Again, I've seen one named Megan Hilty, who's in the TV show Smash. I've never watched that show, so I don't really have an opinion on her since I've never seen her. Maybe she'd be good, maybe she'd be terrible. I don't know. One name I have seen where I'm like, yeah, that could work is Kristen Bell. She's fun, she has a contagious smile, she's voiced ditzy awkward characters before, who then later had to take on a big responsibility. The irony being she has worked with Idina Menzel, who was the original Elphaba. But I think Kristen Bell would actually be a really good choice here. Then I thought maybe Lily James could pull it off, or if they're looking for someone younger, maybe Olivia Holt or Dove Cameron or someone, but I can't really think of anyone that age who could be Elphaba. So for now, I'm gonna go with Kristen Bell. She would be my choice to play Glinda. And now we are here. Elphaba, the title character, the Wicked Witch of the West. The beautifully tragic, misunderstood character of this entire saga. She's deep, she has some emotional moments, she has a lot of solos, she can be funny, usually reacting to Glinda and how crazy she is, but she's confident, she's empowered, she's like, no, this is what I'm gonna do and no one's gonna stop me. And again, I've seen a couple of other names thrown around and I don't agree with a lot of them. Like Ariana Grande, I think she would overdo it way too much. I mean, I love Ariana Grande, she's really talented, I love her voice, I loved her performance of The Wizard and I in that Wicked 15 special. She killed it. She also overdid it a little bit, and I just don't think I'd want to hear that in the actual movie. Same thing with Lea Michele. Now, I watched Glee in its first few seasons because I was in high school as it was airing, and I'm not gonna lie, I related to Rachel Berry a lot, which is probably why I was a dick in high school. But I also think Lea Michele would kind of overdo Elphaba. She would overcook it a little bit. She just comes off as a little too whiny for me, and again, the irony would be that in the show Glee, the original Elphaba, Idina Menzel, played her mother, so that would be kind of a neat, ironic twist, but I don't want Lea Michele to play Elphaba, I just don't. But then I thought, who could it be? Then I came across one fan casting list and I saw a name, Samantha Barks, and I was like, yes! Oh my god. Perfect! She could absolutely pull it off! For those of you who don't know who Samantha Barks is, watch the Les Miserables movie that came out in 2012. She played Eponine, and she was the standout, the unsung standout of that entire movie. She was awesome. She was also in that old British Disney show, Groove High. I'm pretty sure none of you in the US have heard of that, but I have, because I really like Samantha Barks. She can pull off an American accent really well. She's actually on Broadway, I think, right now. She is more of a stage actress than a film actress, which is why we haven't seen her in many movies after Les Mis. But the fact that she's more of a stage actress than a film actress shouldn't be a hindrance in the fact that she should play Elphaba. She can pull off those sad emotions, she can be fun, she wouldn't overcook it, she's not too whiny. Just when she's at her lowest low in Les Mis, I really feel it. And face it, paint her green, she absolutely looks the part. There is a video on YouTube right now of her singing Defying Gravity. It's good, it's not perfect, but she is really young in that video. I think now she'd do a really good job. So there you go, that is my pick to play Elphaba, Samantha Barks. And there you go, that is my fan casting for 2021's Wicked movie. Again, this is not me saying who I think is going to play these characters. This is me saying in an ideal world, if I were the casting director of this film, this is who I would pick to play the characters. Not everyone will agree with me, that's fine. So my question is, what would your fan cast be for the Wicked movie? Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Just what do you think they should do with the Wicked movie? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. Let's get this going. And don't forget to subscribe.